Hello, BookShark BootCamp. It's your community manager, Jana, and today is Monday, August 17th, session 6 live Q&A. So glad that you are here. We are halfway through August. I hope that you are getting excited about starting your new year if you have not already started. I am going to drop in, let's see, I did get a poll in here. Let's get that dropped in for you guys, see how that goes. Would love to see what is keeping you guys up at night about homeschooling this year. Here are some options. Are you stressed about finding enough hours in the day? Are you stressed if you are wondering if you're doing enough academically? What about keeping everybody motivated, including yourself? And then another option is teaching something that you just don't know. I went ahead and put the poll in the live. Hopefully you guys can comment there. I am going to make a post in our boot camp. Want to get your guys' feedback. I want to make sure that we are tailoring our information to your specific needs. There was no questions for session 6. We talked about last Wednesday, scheduling your year, your entire year, or actually it was staying organized for the whole school year. One thing I think we as parents might underestimate is our own motivation as we start to homeschool. So I do want to address that just a little bit, how as parents, we really set the tone for the atmosphere. Now, I'm not saying you're responsible for how your children receive it, or sorry, I realized my mic is a little bit further back. That's probably better. How they do with all of it, but here we go. My mic got muted. I think we're good now. Just expectations. Realistically, like what's keeping you up at night is this poll's title, but also what do you expect out of this school year? If you're brand new to homeschooling, if you're brand new to BookShark, I would caution unrealistic expectations. It is going to ruin your experience as a homeschool parent. It is probably going to taint your child's homeschool experience as a homeschool child. So I hope that as we prepare to start this year of homeschooling with BookShark, you get a good grasp on what realistic expectations that you can have for your children. A couple sessions ago, we posted the time requirements for each level so that you're not sitting there thinking that your 8-year-old should be doing school for 4 to 5 hours a day. That is not the expectation, at least not here with BookShark. That your kindergartner is only doing the time appropriate 1.5 to 2 hours of actual instruction a day. Now, will it possibly take a little bit longer because you're getting into your groove and trying to figure things out? Of course, but realistic expectations is probably one of the best ways to have the most joyful homeschool experience. Speaking of expectations and real life experience, our 200th episode for the podcast was released last week. So if you haven't got a chance to listen to it, 5 different veteran moms are going to talk about their experience. Some of them start to finish with BookShark. Some of them are still in it. Some, like myself, have children that have launched out of the home. But I think listening to what they have been through in their experience will help set realistic expectations for you as you start your homeschool experience this coming year, especially with BookShark. So want to just realistic expectations. Build excitement. Are you getting excited about starting the new year? Are you getting excited about all the titles and all the books? I understand that when you get that book shock, it can be easy to be overwhelmed. Your kids feel it too. Like, we're going to have to read all of these books. Yes, we get to read all of these books, and they're scheduled in a way that we're not reading 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. Tiny, age-appropriate, bite-sized pieces for these books, but get excited. Talk about your experience. One of the questions I had posted was, what are some of the books you're excited to read with your kids? Are you seeing some titles that you'd never heard of? What are you getting excited about as you're unpacking your curriculum? Help your children build that excitement. I would also encourage you to talk about not what you're going to accomplish. When you see the curriculum, when you see all the books, it's like feels daunting. Okay, we know we have to get through this, we have to get done. Instead of looking at what you have to do, maybe start jotting down a vision board esque style of what you get to do. What is your family agreed upon your goals in homeschool? Do you get to sleep in? Do your children get to play at certain times of the day? Do they get to eat their favorite foods at lunch all the time, or enjoy their breakfast in their pajamas, or maybe their lunch in their pajamas? Build that excitement by talking about the things that homeschool is bringing to them, especially because if you are new to homeschool, your child is going to be feeling the losses, and you might as a parent as well. You no longer are dropping them off 5 days a week at a brick and mortar and having time maybe that you would spend differently if they were out of the home. Your children are, in a sense, losing some of the things that are familiar to them that relate to education. So talk about what they get in this year of homeschool, and maybe talk about things they feel like they're losing, and then we can replace those with things that they are gaining. So if they said, well, I really liked to do this in science, or I really like that this teacher did this. Okay, then why we can take those things and we can actually spin those into positive and say, we can do that. We can find somewhere to go for that. We can find someone that can help us do that. But that open dialogue you're going to find as a homeschool parent is key to a great homeschool experience. I had mentioned before about getting your child's buy-in into the schedule. This is the same kind of thing. Like, help them build out their year. What do they get to do? What are they excited to do? Well, maybe they are unfamiliar with a title, or the opposite, we've already read that book. Okay, well, then maybe you find a play. Maybe you find a movie. Maybe you find a cartoon or an anime or a graphic novel for that book and replace it. But that key to communication, which really leads back to my original point about realistic expectations. These are just great ways to start communicating together, finding a rhythm together. It's not you versus them. It's you guys together educating at home with an amazing curriculum like BookShark. So super excited to see what is keeping you guys up at night, and I will be posting that again. I want to talk about that some more as we carry on in our boot camp. Then let's see, on Wednesday, which is going to be August 19th, we will go through session 7. I'm going to talk about homeschooling without burnout. That's a big one, you guys. Sometimes it feels as though you're never going to get through. How could you get through 36 weeks or 50 books or to the end of the year or even just till the holiday break? We're going to talk about how to set you up for success to homeschool your entire year with BookShark without burnout. Part of the success is going back and making sure that you took advantage of the suggested tips in sessions 1 through 6. So if you're just jumping in, you haven't had a chance, make sure you jump on the other sessions and watch them at your leisure. They are all available for replay. Start at the beginning. If it feels as though I drag on a bit, I encourage you to play it at a faster speed to get through if you need to. If you're just coming on and you're starting back, don't forget to post pictures, do the homework. You're not late. You're right on time. We have this starting in July for those who do get their curriculum in the summer or even in the spring. But for those of you who are just anticipating your curriculum, just got your curriculum, don't feel like you're behind. You can get through those sessions. You can post your questions. Make sure to tag me. I will be back here Wednesday for session 7, how to homeschool without burnout. Until then, you guys, bye-bye.